So, for my project, I did How Does Outside Information Affect Our Memories? My name is Amara Bakari, and I will be talking about how your mind and memory works. But first off, some things about myself. I'm interested in how things work. I'm constantly looking at things and thinking, how does this work with this, and how does this work without this? My research question kind of falls into psychology. The TED Talk I viewed, Are All Your Memories Real? By Daniel A. Satcher, mostly consists of understanding the nature and operation of how the human memory works by using techniques like cognitive, neuropsychological, and neuroimaging. He states that our current opinions, feelings, and experiences can bias our memories of how we felt in the past, stating that new feelings or opinions can impact our memories. He states in the video that memories are unreliable, explaining that outside information can impact our memories. This led me to wonder, how does outside information affect our memories? So, our mind works in mysterious ways, and we still don't understand how dreams work. I want to know how and why outside information affects our memories and why we don't remember experiencing those false memories. Memories are, they define who you are, your failures, and your accomplishments. According to Elizabeth Loftus, the human memory is just like a Wikipedia page. So a little bit about her, because most of my sources kind of was based off of her research. She is a cognitive psychologist at University of California, Irene. She has appeared as an expert witness in many high-profile legal cases where witness testimony had been in question, such as the O.J. Simpson trial, the Bosonian War trials in The Hague, and the Oklahoma City bombing. So, when we hear things, we remember them, such as a leading question or when someone else exposes their version of an event. False memories happen very easily, and everyone is susceptible to them, no matter how good your memory is. So what do false memories look like? So our brain is constantly observing and updating information. With that in mind, false memories can affect our beliefs and attitudes towards something. Misleading information can lead a person to have false recollection of events that never actually happened. An experiment conducted in an article I read titled Lasting False Beliefs and Their Behavioral Consequences by Alk Gerets, Daniel M. Bernstein, Harold Merkelbach, Crystal Linders, Lindsay Raymakers, and Elizabeth F. Loftus, in which information was relayed to 180 subjects. The information that was relayed was that as children, they were told that they got sick after eating egg salad. After relaying the false information to the subjects, a significant amount of them believed that they had actually experienced this childhood event. Now, why don't we remember the things exactly the way they happen? Well, we never really remember anything 100% the way it actually happened, but we usually have a pretty good summary of what happened. With this experiment, the researchers decided to collaborate with the parents. What I found while researching is that when we can't quite remember something per se from our childhood, we turn to our parents or immediate family for answers. We trust that they remembered the event more accurately because they were more likely to remember what happened. Now, the experiment was conducted to demonstrate that false suggestions and or information about childhood events can change a person's attitude and beliefs toward a certain subject, food, idea, etc. During my sophomore year of high school, I took a child development class taught by Miss Grosstetter, and one of the things we kind of talked about was that between the ages of 7 through 10, we start to experience something called childhood amnesia. So it makes sense that when we try to remember childhood events, it's very easy to plant false memories because with childhood amnesia, we can't really remember on our own. So, how can we tell if a memory is false or true? While we can't remember things 100% the way they happen, there are ways we can kind of tell if a memory is true or false. First, let's talk about the technical approach to it. In an article called How to Tell If a Particular Memory is True or False by Daniel M. Bernstein and Elizabeth F. Loftus, they talk about using ERP, which stands for Event Related Potential, and fMRI, which stands for Functional Magnetic Resonance Imaging, to rule out a false and true memory by using semantically related list. Those involved in the study are to study word list and then have to try and recall the words from the list. Their brain activity is monitored while they perform the task. It was found that sensory activity is greater for true memories more than it is for false ones. Regions within the medial temporal lobes seem to be more involved in false memory development. Another approach that isn't as technical would be to see if someone is lying, either intentionally or unintentionally. You can do this by studying facial movements, tone in their voice, or seeing if their story matches by asking them repetitive questions. Now, going back to the slide, I put less technical approaches, which would be a polygraph test or to check for odd facial expressions. Now, you can use a polygraph test to see whether someone is lying or not. This tool is mainly used in the field of discipline by trained professionals such as police officers. They use this machine to interrogate a suspect to see whether or not they are telling the truth. You could also analyze the memory you're trying to recollect. Being able to recall incidents that happened during an event is very important. Once you remember everything you possibly can remember, you can start to go over them and pick ones that don't seem to add up. Now, we're going to talk about some causes of false memories. So, some causes could be investigators asking leading questions, therapists trying to uncover hidden truths, or even PTSD. When it comes to a false memory, some may see it as lying, especially when investigators are questioning someone. The difference between those two things is that liars know what they're doing and what happened, but they're claiming something different happened. While those with a false memory in their mind, they believe that they are speaking the truth because that's what they truly believed happened. Now, our memories aren't recording devices, and we can't just look up something when we want to. Even though that's how some people believe that's how it works. Instead, it's a process of revising and reanalyzing the past, and because of this, we are prone to outside influences that can alter our existing memories and produce false memories. Memories of past encounters can guide our decisions. They're fragile. Memories are imperfect, just like we are. Human is imperfect. Everyone is susceptible to false memories. False memories can influence one's beliefs and attitudes. Our brain is constantly updating and revising information, and when we hear things or when we see things, that they instantly become a part of our memories. Sometimes our memories collide with each other, so that's why it's important that when you are remembering something is to remember everything you can, think about the events, and discard the ones that don't fit. Now, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who helped me on this project, my group who helped me revise and look over my rough drafts, and especially my professor who helped me find some of my resources. These are all the sources that I have used throughout my project.